So he talked about how hanging out with Jay-Z, he got to meet Big Daddy Kane. And then Big Daddy Kane wanted to work with Jay-Z and they did his first demo. So which means Jay-Z's first demo was done in the 80s. And he didn't drop until what, 96, 97, 96, 97. Now remember how you heard how he was rapping in that interview, talking about how his first rhyme, that joint was lyrically it was trash. His flow was trash, and he was stumbling on it himself. But for some reason, and you remember his first flow was a mimic of Jazzo's flow. And then, Kane kind of rhymed a little fast like that too when he first was out. Um, and he slowed it down later on. So I wonder who was Jay-Z listening to? And somebody's gonna tell the story someday, right? Who was Jay-Z listening to from the Jazzo to the Kane that made him switch up totally different and slow down his flow and go from just rapping just to be rapping to now talking about the streets and change up his whole flow. Who inspired that? Because we know Jazzo inspired. We know what Kane inspired. There's somebody between after Kane to Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt that influenced Jay-Z's flow and got him to stop rapping fast like that. And I, who was he around? Because Jay Z act like he went from uh Hawaiian Sophie to Reasonable Doubt, but he didn't make that quick of a transition. He was around Original Flavor. He was around the producer Ski. He jacked from Camp Low, feeling it. So I don't know. Could it be Camp Low? Because I don't he ain't get to the state property dudes yet. But you gotta remember Jay Z. They dropped the "Can I Kick It" joint. You know, like I said, he stole a feeling it from Camp Low. So his flow went from that Jazzo Big Daddy K to started stealing from Camp Low. There's somewhere else, there's some type of influence that changed Jay-Z's flow from the Jazzo Big Daddy Kane rap to the more laid back rap, you know what I'm saying, talking about the streets. Somebody inspired that, but we'll never know. And then, he said he did the demo with Kane and he took it to his uncle and let his uncle hear it. His uncle was like, "Yo, that joint is trash." Like he always act like nobody believed him. Like I'm sure there's people that believed in him. He took it to his uncle's trash. He told his uncle, "Man, I'm gonna be bigger than LL Cool J." And his uncle's like, "Come on, Jay, get the F out of here." You know, these are little subliminal shots he taking, like to mention LL name. You know what I'm saying? And then turn around and got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with LL the same day. You know, those are subliminals. Like he was inspired to be bigger than LL, and then look, he got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with LL. You know, um, and then here's another thing that's new. The whole Reasonable Doubt album is based on one trip to Las Vegas. I don't think I ever heard Jay say that. I'm not saying that that ain't true or not. I'm just saying, like, you sit there and you tell this to a non-urban uh platform. You do this with a person that don't know your history like that. So now you come out and you say that Reasonable Doubt album was all about a trip to Las Vegas. That will open the door for a person like I don't know, let's just say a Ed Lover or a Big Boy Neighborhood or a Angie Martinez to be like, oh, wait, Reasonable Doubt was about a trip to Vegas? So what year was that, Jay? Who was with you? Was Dame and Biggs with you when you went to Vegas? Tell us about that trip. Cause now you just opened up a whole nother conversation, right? So Reasonable Doubt was all about a trip that y'all took to Vegas. So explain politics as usual. Explain Can I Live? Like break it down. If it, what was going on in Vegas that when you was writing Can I Live, where was you at? Was y'all gambling at that time? Um, like what was going on at that time, Jay? Like, let us know. Because now, all of a sudden, Reasonable Doubt is a soundtrack to a goddamn Vegas trip. Can't knock the hustle. So what do can't knock the hustle mean? The evils. What was going on in Vegas? Is that why you called the evils the evils? Because you was in the city of sin? Huh, Jay? Is the evils because you wrote that song because you was in the city of sin? Like, yeah. So somebody got to question him some more about that. Um, because I'm very, 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 very more interested and to hear him elaborate on Reasonable Doubt was all a trip to Vegas. And that was the soundtrack. But now I gotta go back and listen to it again. And so you mean when y'all went to Vegas, y'all went out there to sell drugs too? Cause ain't friend or foe about no, this nigga gotta be lying. Cause ain't friend or foe about I think he said they was in North Carolina or somewhere at the hotel or whatever. So how is that about a Vegas trip, friend or foe? Nah, he's lying. He's I ain't gonna say he's lying, but he putting 10 on 20. And what was regrets about? You didn't walk away from the gambling table quick enough. What was coming to age about? Bleak first time at the on the slot machines. I done came up, put my life on the line. This nigga Jay Z, that nigga he be thinking everybody's slow, man. Reasonable Doubt was about a trip to Vegas. This nigga, he's such a liar, bro. Coming to age is that nigga taking Bleak to the Stratosphere Hotel to ride on the roller coaster. And Bleak first time being able to go in the casino. Bleak in there playing the Batman slot machine, coming of age. But then he also talked about flows, right? So like he tried to put himself at a disadvantage tomorrow, because Rakim, his flow, you know, he come from like a jazz background. So like when he's spitting, you know, he's really like a jazz instrument. When he, and Biggie had the same thing, when I thought Biggie came from a Caribbean background. Nah, Biggie had the same thing. He come from jazz. Me, I didn't have that. Nobody in my family played instruments. Biggie, he used to have a jazz teacher come pick him up and teach him and give him jazz lessons. So, that's why he's like, Jesus, the notorious Jesus, the lyrical Jesus. That's jazz. He get that from having the jazz. Jay-Z, shut up, bro. Nigga, shut up, bro. Please. I didn't have that. So I had to learn on my own and like, okay, Jay-Z. I didn't have a musical background or people who played instruments. It was just a lot of music in my house. I'm like, yeah, Jay. Okay, Jay. Really, Jay? Now Biggie is nice because he had a jazz teacher. Okay, Jay. Oh, we know Jay-Z stole a lot of big stuff. That goes without saying. He took a little few shots at Pimp C too when he was talking about collaborations. Rest in peace, Pimp C. He said when Pimp C got the beat, uh the Timberland produced track of Big Pimpin', he was like, man, what's this here, Jigga? This sound fruity. He was mocking Pimp C. Jay-Z know Pimp C don't like him, right? And he always hear these stories about people talking about how Pimp C didn't like him because Tupac ain't like him, right? So Jay was mocking him and stuff, and then he tried to clean it up and say that him and Pimp C got cool after they recorded the song. And he talking about he felt like Pimp C was messing up the song in the beginning. Like, yo, what is he doing? Because he wasn't doing that fast flow like him and Bun B. But I'm gonna talk more about this tomorrow. I had enough of Jay-Z for the night. There's more to talk about on this interview, but I'll get back to it tomorrow. My man, Mr. We Pass Nailing. Choke no joke. Y'all know what it is. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. All right? Same bad time, same bad channel.
I do it. This is a diss, would be specific. Hit you with a sub, you blacklisted. Her third tour, it's ridiculous. You in the crowd, babysitting. Mad at pics, fans flicking. You got a Billy, they dick licking. Kids, your son and dad missing. You duck in the swab, results prison. I see your faces, the mad prism. Y'all rats, are you kidding? And if you sign, you have no wisdom. Integrity missing, money mission. Lamar Latrells in your system. Camel licking, nerves switching. Are y'all kidding? Y'all Virginian. Success, y'all dream sex. Sold a lot of units, but still checks. Squares, Nike, I run with checks. People use Marcy as pets. I move his skin, you on your head. All your tunes are dead. You ugly like your dreads. No bag, I'm on your head. No fag, I'm my shooter. You the glad Duke shooter. You do balls but no hooters. Choke no joke, I am the future with no Malloy. You play with boys, be out here wishing she was a boy. You her decoy, you her bitch. Choke no joke, I am the shit. Yo Kim, get off my dick. Mad Jim, king of the dips. Without you L's, you have no hits. Your last hit was True Life. When he caught you with that right. Yo Big Joe, am I right? Nigga Dame saved your life. And then you crossed him for home. Got on stage with Ho. You an actor, you ain't Poe. Joke no joke, you already know. Yo, man, I'm done, man.
Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Let's go. Choke no joke. Chicken choke no joke. Choke no joke. Niggas choke no joke.